How y'all doing? If you're watching this video, chances are you were recently in an accident and are looking for some help. Some of the things I'm going to talk about may have already happened. You may think, oh gosh, I messed up because you didn't do exactly as we suggest. Relax. A good lawyer can usually fix most things. If you came upon this video and you hadn't been in an accident, hopefully the information that we're going to talk to you about will be helpful in the event that you are in an accident. What I want to tell you about is the steps I suggest that you take in the event that you're involved in an accident. 1. Stop and assess the situation. After the initial impact, it's likely that you will be in some state of shock. This is not uncommon. If you have children or loved ones in the car, check on them immediately. If they need help, do what you can do, but be careful not to move them in the event that they're complaining of significant neck or back pain. 2. Call 911. Regardless of the severity of the injury, and before you do anything else, we suggest you find your cell phone and call 911. If someone is critically injured, every second counts. Let the 911 operator know how everyone is doing. The important thing at this point is the health and safety of others. Because you will probably still be in shock, refrain from discussing the details of the wreck with the 911 operator, other than that which is necessary for the 911 operator to assist you. Number 3, check on the other driver. Now that you've checked out everyone in your vehicle and help is on its way, check on the other driver and make sure they're okay. It's natural to feel anger toward the other driver, especially if he or she caused the wreck. But the time period immediately following the wreck is not the time to vent that anger. In the event you haven't already called 911, the other driver may tell you that they don't think it's necessary to call the police. Do not fall for this. Usually there's a reason the other driver doesn't want the police involved. A few examples could be that the driver has no insurance, he's unlicensed, has a warrant. It could be a number of things. The driver was drunk or under the influence of drugs. None of these reasons should matter to you. It's always best to report the car accident. Number 4, take pictures of the car accident. Take pictures of everything from every angle. Seriously, if you can photograph something, photograph it. This means a 360-degree view of every vehicle involved, including the undercarriage, all debris, etc. We also encourage you to take pictures of the scene of the wreck, including the traffic lights, stop signs, road lines, etc. Even something like a tree at the intersection could be important later. People's stories sometimes change after a wreck. Someone with whom you were involved in a wreck may jump out of their car and tell you how sorry they are and tell you that it's their fault and their insurance company will take care of everything. Shock and emotion have a way of eliciting the truth. Later, however, they may think to themselves, you know, I don't think I want to take responsibility for that wreck. I think I'm going to say that a tree was in my way. If you took pictures of the intersection and there are no trees, you can prove that the at-fault party changed the story. Now, of course, we can prove this later when we go investigate the scene of the wreck, but this is just an example to show you how through photography we can help facilitate a faster resolution of your case. You could even film the lights changing colors, which we suggest. Perhaps the at-fault party wants to claim later that the light changed colors quickly from green to red with little time on yellow. If you had a video of the light sequence, we could prove them wrong or right, whatever the case may be. Number 5, make sure the officers have your version of how the wreck occurred. This rule is pretty self-explanatory and self-evident. However, we see it time and time again where someone's in a hurry to leave the scene of the wreck while the at-fault party sticks around. The officer only has one story to base his report on, and it's not going to be yours if you don't stick around and tell him. If you're hurt, even a little, make sure you tell the police officer that you're hurt. Don't downplay your injuries. Now is not the time to be a hero or a tough guy. The insurance company will use this against you later if you don't. Significant pain may and usually arises a day or so after the wreck once the shock wears off. If you say you're not hurt immediately following the wreck, but then a few days later you go for treatment, the insurance company may point to this quote-unquote gap in treatment and argue that you're only plain hurt to get money out of the wreck, when that's not necessarily the case. Number 6, go to the hospital via an ambulance and don't worry about your vehicle. As mentioned above, when you're in a wreck, your mind and body are usually in shock for a day or more following the wreck. You may not feel the initial pain, but it commonly sets in later. It's always best to go get checked out by a doctor. If you don't have health insurance, don't decline an ambulance ride just because you're afraid of the bill. If the other party was at fault for the wreck, their insurance should cover the bill. And don't worry about your vehicle immediately after the accident. There will be a time for that later. If you go to the hospital via ambulance, the authorities will have your vehicle towed. And the towing and the storage should be covered by the at-fault party's insurance. If you have a family member or a friend who can pick up the vehicle, give them a call, see if they can take care of it. But bottom line, don't worry about the vehicle. Get yourself treated. Number 7, call the insurance companies and start a claim, but nothing else. When dealing with an insurance company representative, whether it is for your insurance or the at-fault party's insurance, always keep in mind one thing, and that's that insurance companies and their agents and adjusters are not your friend. We suggest you call the insurance company for the at-fault party and your own insurance company as soon as you're reasonably able to do so. In fact, most insurance companies require you to notify them of an accident as soon as you're able. Start a claim, but do nothing else until you've consulted an attorney. The agent or adjuster may request and also demand a recorded statement or interview. Take note, you do not have to give a recorded statement. Contact an attorney first. Number 8, follow up with your family doctor. When you're discharged from the hospital doctor will usually recommend that you follow up with your primary care physician, or PCP as we call it. We highly suggest that you do this. Your PCP will be able to refer you to therapy, whether that be a chiropractor or a physical therapist. Now, your PCP may refuse to see you if your injuries are caused from a wreck. The reason being is that PCPs don't typically like getting involved in car accident cases because they could be called to give a deposition or to testify at trial, all time which could detract from their practice. Now, this doesn't make them bad people, but it often puts our clients between a rock and a hard place as they don't know where to go next. Call Hutchison and Stoick PLLC if you can't find a doctor to see you. We know a number of doctors who will treat you for injuries related to a car wreck. And if you can't afford to see a doctor, we can help with that too. We'll issue what's called a letter of protection, which is basically an agreement between the attorney and the doctor that the doctor agrees to wait until the case is resolved, either through settlement or trial, to collect payment for his services. Number 9, find a car accident attorney. Many people try to navigate a car wreck claim themselves. When there are little to no injuries and or property damage, you may be better off doing that. However, as injuries and damages increase, so does the insurance company's defenses. Fighting an insurance company is like David fighting Goliath without his slingshot. Let us help you. Battling insurance companies is what we do. You can reach us at the office 817-820-0100 or fill out a free case evaluation form online at www.warriorsforjustice.com. Now, number 10 and last, continue treatment and be patient. Bottom line, it takes time for physical and emotional injuries to heal after a car wreck. Be patient. The most important thing is for you to get back to as close to as normal as possible. You can't do this if you're constantly worried or not following up with your treatment. Follow your doctor's orders and let us do all the work for you. It may take a while for your case to be resolved, but we'll keep you informed all along the way. If you've got any questions, feel free to reach out to us at 817-820-0100, or you can email me at cstoy@hsjustice.com. Thanks.